Hi, my name is Pedro Costa, and I'm a WatchGuard's product analyst responsible for Outpoint competitive analysis. In this training, I'll talk a little bit about some known competitors, points to be aware of when going against them, Outpoint's general strength, and key differentiators. First of all, what is the customer expecting when they look for MFA solutions? They want to guarantee user identity protection, simplified authentication on other applications using single sign-on, guarantee credential security, being protected by more than just user and password. In the case of Outpoint, we even add a mobile DNA to our token, making it even more unique and more difficult to breach. These are some of the key competitors, and we'll be talking about them during this training. As you can see, there are famous names on this list. Microsoft Azure MFA. In the top of the list, we have Microsoft Azure MFA. Microsoft in general offers poor support for their customers. There are lots of complaints all around the internet. And there are those who prefer to get help from local Microsoft partners instead of Azure support team. There is no such thing as free license when you're talking about Microsoft. Just because it comes with a package doesn't mean it's already running perfectly. Windows Hello for Business, responsible for Windows Logon MFA, is not for free. You need Microsoft Enterprise Mobility Plus Security License. For unlimited conditions, you need Office 365 E5 license, which will cost you up to $35 per user per month. There are a lot of blogs that can help you offer insights to deploy Azure MFA, but you won't find any specific guidance, which makes it difficult for the onboarding process. Also, Microsoft doesn't support Apple macOS. Remember to read the fine print. This is where all the details about limitations and restrictions are explained. A few important things to know when going against Microsoft. Being honest, if you're a small business, there could be some advantage in using the free MFA that Office 365 provides. But remember, they still don't get the Windows MFA protection. As for E5 license, they will have everything they need to deploy MFA. So first, be prepared if the customer says they already pay for this license. At least, try to collect information of how they are using the MFA solution. This is valuable information for us in other cases. Secondly, if you notice they are not using even if they paid for E5, ask them why. Outpoint is still easiest solution. They will probably need to pay for the Microsoft support to implement the MFA solution. If yes, can we beat this support price? Cisco Duo. Depending on some features like VPN, Windows Logon, Safe Location, and some others, the prices for Duo can vary in cost up to 3 times more. With Outpoint, your customer pays one price and gets all the features. There are lots of installation requirements before setup is complete. Duo Access Gateway, Duo Proxy, IIS, and also some local configurations like Disable SSL 3.0. For Outpoint, all you need to do is to install the gateway inside the company's network, and then everything is done on the cloud. Duo has issues with security like event-based OTP, that you can collect several numbers from the mobile and then use them as well at any time. Outpoint uses time-based, which means that every 30 seconds the OTP will be different, and the old ones are invalidated. They don't use DNA on the mobile token to prevent cloning. The Duo Access Gateway uses text files to save configuration information like Active Directory user and password. You need to maintain the server, the proxy, and the cloud access. You need to keep the server available for the connection to the app's resource page. You need a public address, so things get more complicated to maintain. What are the advantages with this competitor? Avoid comparing features with Duo. They do have a lot, but Outpoint delivers what you need with better price. As you saw, Duo starts at $3 per user per month, which is already 50% more expensive. Duo also have lots of integrations with different applications. It's not a big deal, but they can use this as a leverage during a negotiation. They have SMS and phone calls, which we strongly don't recommend. It's not secure. Gemalto, SafeNet. SafeNet was a company bought by Gemalto, and now they offer the solution SafeNet SaaS. It was built as an on-premise solution to be installed inside a company server. This means that they don't use all the power of the cloud, like scalability and microservices. They have their own cloud that many times have kind of disruptions. Some of them are even repeated. In March, they had the same disruption twice in less than 24 hours. We use AWS, that is specialized in clouds. They have too much options and features that you don't know where to start, where to go, or what option to choose. They are highly complex. Outpoint is plug and play compared to them. Several partners even mention that they take days preparing proof of concept, while Outpoint can be completely configured in a couple of hours. And there are some negative reviews. Time-consuming, average interface, fails, and unprepared support. They offer on-premise solution, which might be what some customers prefer. They do have lots of features and cool things, so avoid talking about features. Remember, what is your customer expectation? We probably deliver all those features. Like mentioned before, they also support SMS and phone calls, things we don't do since it is considered insecure. RSA Secure ID. RSA hardware tokens have expiration date, forcing you to buy new ones no matter the batteries. For Outpoint, the hardware token is as good as the battery's life, and no problems with the mobile. Their Windows MFA agent don't support RDP. They don't have support for macOS logon. User can't test the system. They only provide you with demos. Prices depends on the features you request. They say it starts with $1 per user per month, but this doesn't include Active Directory sync and log on for Windows feature, like we do. They have a complex setup that needs to be done before using. It's important to keep the track of what's being done so you don't commit errors like bypassing someone without noticing, or even blocking everyone because of one small rule. So, what are their strengths? In our business, trust is a high value thing. RSA is a solid company on this market. They invented it back in the 80s, and the companies do trust them. They have a solid cloud and don't notify disruptions constantly like SafeNet does. And they have on-premise solution, which some may prefer. We are focused on middle market and RSA are way larger, which comes with a price for them. Fortinet Fort Authenticator. Fortinet doesn't provide a software solution. What they offer are firewalls with the MFA and single sign-on solution. They charge per token, not per user. Outpoint doesn't take count of how many mobile tokens one user has. Since the license is based on one appliance, the scalability is limited to that appliance. If you need more power, you may need to buy a new one. There are a few documentations explaining how to configure and use MFA and single sign-on. Outpoint not only offers step-by-step documents, we also have a team that launches new documents constantly. One of the only reasons we could not win against Fortinet is if the customer already bought an appliance from them. Still, Outpoint can integrate with Fortinet, offering better MFA solution. Several customers have the Fortinet firewall and still bought Outpoint instead of FortToken. Kaseya Altemvo. Kaseya bought Altemvo and now they're moving the product to ID Agent, giving a new name for the solution, Passly. It's uncomfortable doing business with someone who is still organizing their strategies over the product. They are Google Authenticator-like. You can read the QR code to activate the token as many times you want, cloning the OTP. And when you migrate the token, the old one continues existing on the old mobile, being able to access your account using that same mobile token. And they don't support hardware token. The risk-based authentication policies is something that they have and we are still catching on. They have a cloud-based credential management, but we're catching on this one. We'll see something early next year. Sweevo Secure Auth Control Sentry. They are an English company with higher representation in Europe. The company didn't grow too much in their living years and they are outdated. They don't support third-party tokens. The push notifications don't have context information. You don't know where it's coming from and who is requesting the authentication. In their documentation, they even give notes saying user can be added to multiple groups, causing unpredictable results when you're syncing with your Active Directory. User can deactivate certificate security on the mobile app. The documentations are poor and there are only information and no guidance. They only have a few SAML and radios integrations, while we have more than 90 all documented. The user interface isn't nice as well, as you can see. They only offer on-premise solution, so it's always your responsibility to manage the server. The only thing they are good at are the risk-based policy. And still, it can get very messy the way it's implemented. Depending on how many variations you have, you might catch yourself locked outside your own house. So, why Outpoint? We develop Outpoint thinking on the cloud. We explore microservices, escalation, and all that the cloud offers. One of the things that WatchGuard is proud of is the way we treat our partners and our customers. If you have any need to contact support, they will give you their most. Even our engineers become part of the support if necessary. New users take a couple of minutes for the first experience with Outpoint MFA. It's so easy to use that our documentations are enough for IT to deploy it in a few days. Our price is per user. no matter how many mobile tokens they have and which features they use. For less than a cup of coffee, you get it all. We are cost effective. We consider token activation something seriously. We're not Google Authenticator like. When activating Outpoint token, we will guarantee that your QR code is exclusively yours and can't be cloned. Overall, we add a DNA on your token during the activation. This makes your token unique to your mobile. If the phone is cloned, the DNA will make sure that your token is still safe. In case you need to change your mobile device, the app allows you to migrate your token, creating a new one with a new DNA and deactivating the old. You don't need to take our word for it. We launched Outpoint at the end of 2018. Look how many awards since then and some users' quotes. You can find some competitive information on the Partner Resource Center. You can also reach me by email when needed. Outpoint is as simple as it gets. No tricks and no small fine prints. You get what we show you. WatchGuard. Smart security simply done.